I did my presentation on Harry Callahan. His early life, he was born in Detroit, Michigan, and when he grew up, he worked at Chrysler, but he left the company to study engineering at Michigan State University. He eventually returned to Chrysler and he joined its camera club, and this is when his passion for photography really began. So, the beginning to his career, he began teaching himself photography in 1938, and he formed a close friendship with Todd Webb, who also became a pretty famous photographer. But a talk given by Ansel Adams in 1941 inspired him to take his work more seriously, and this is when photography became less of a hobby for him and he pursued it more as a profession. Through his career, he left almost no written records, no diaries, letters, scrapbooks, or teaching notes. His biggest technical method was to go out almost every morning, walk through the city he lived in, and take numerous pictures. Um, he spent almost every afternoon making prints of that day's best negatives, and he produced no more than half a dozen final images a year. So he was pretty picky about the pictures that he chose. So his career continued. In 1946, he was invited to teach photography at the Institute of Design in Chicago, and at the Rhode Island School of Design, he established a photography program in 1961 where he worked until his retirement in 1977. His photographs were about the expression of all the possibilities of photography used playfully, but not naively. His early work showed he experimented with representational abstraction, and then later in color, he started to experiment with different subjects and multiple exposures. So here in this picture, you can see that this was one of his abstract pictures, and he liked to overlap two different pictures or multiple different pictures to create an abstract picture. So this is kind of a shadow of his wife Eleanor placed on top of a picture of the woods. His favorite subject, Callahan photographed his wife over a period of 15 years as his prime subject. Eleanor was essential to his career from 1947 to 1960. So these are two examples of um, his pictures of Eleanor, and as you can see in most of his pictures, she has a very serious expression on her face, and he did almost all of them in black and white, and he liked to photograph her in both nature and city settings. So here are two more pictures of Eleanor, and again, they're both done in black and white, and the one on the left is done in a city setting, and the one on the right is done in nature. And he also focused on the way that light hit her body and the way that the shadows were made in the picture. So he had a daughter named Barbara, and he really liked to photograph both Barbara and Eleanor together. And he did almost all of those pictures in black and white as well. And as you can see, the one on the right is done in a city setting too. And he played around in the light with that picture, making it almost half light, half dark. So these are two examples of his work. The picture on the left is a very abstract picture, and again, both of these are done in black and white. And the picture on the right is a city picture that he did, and in that one he played around with light and the way it was hitting the people's bodies, and how really the sidewalk was illuminated and everything else was just kind of dark. So he did a lot with shadows. These are two more examples of his work, both of them done in black and white. And as you can see, the one on the right is a very abstract um, picture where he overlapped many different pictures. So he took a picture of nature, the woods, and then he had kind of a city picture in the center, and then Eleanor's figure as the main focal point of the picture. So he liked to overlap a lot in his abstract pictures. So yeah, that was my presentation on Harry